Raining up. Just started. I had every intention last night of doing my annual Halloween stream, which is now my semi-annual Halloween stream. And I actually had a conflict because I was going to do it with Nia and she got out of work. But then Craig called and he wanted to do it with me because he just got his car fixed and or his knee band, whatever the fuck it is, like one of those soccer mom kind of band things. And he was like, yeah, we used to go out on Halloween all the time, me and Craig and my friends and stuff. And, you know, they like to look at girls because all girl costumes are whatever costume they are, plus their ass hanging out. Oh, I'm SpongeBob SquarePants this year. I'm SpongeBob with my ass hanging out. Oh, look, I'm a fox this year. I'm a fox with my ass hanging out. Every costume has exposed ass. I make a joke about this every year, but it's fucking true. Modern women, the ones that yap about the male gaze and all this other shit all the time, will use any excuse they can to get their ass out. Although around here, like, there's a lot of ass out all the time anyway, because it's, you know, beach. But Halloween is a particular ass out kind of night. So my friends would like to come down and watch that. I'm not a pig, right? So to me, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm much better than that. So I don't do that. But they do. So Craig's like wanting to come down. So now I'm like, I kind of don't want to go out with Nia and Craig. I mean, hanging out with Craig is a completely different proposition than hanging out with Nia. You know? I mean, they can hang out together. We've all done stuff together before. But it's like there's a different energy there. You know, it's like then hanging out with one of your boys and hanging out with your fucking wife. You know, it's... Yeah, you can mix them, but I don't think that'd be fun either. So I'm trying to figure out how to, you know, navigate those waters. I'd kind of rather go with Craig, I'm thinking, because that would be more fun. And plus, he's probably got some drugs of some type or description. And I mean, I don't do drugs unless you got some. So I'm like, all right, let me figure out with Nia. So then I was thrilled to find out that she was going to be working late. So I'm like, oh, cool. I see, you know, Craig was going to go. She, oh, yeah, just go with Craig. And then he bailed because he thought he was getting his car fixed, or it was almost ready to drive out of the place he was fixing it, and something happened with he couldn't get a part, the place was closed, he thought he was going to, any fucking rate, he couldn't come down. He offered to take the bus, but I'm like, dude, it's Halloween, it's the busiest night of the year on the island, don't worry about it. So I went from having too many co-conspirators to having none. But, you know, it's alright. You know, it's funny because I went myself, last year I went with Nia, but we went out for a little while and then I went out by myself later. So I could have done that, but I don't know, fuck me, I guess I didn't do it. It's kind of raining hard out here now, hang on a second. Holy shit. I started fucking losing my mind in there. I feel bad for the poor girl. She's a nice girl. But by the time she got to me, I was just like... I'd fucking gone into a fucking complete fucking meltdown. Because as I go in there, right? And this is me in Hawaii everywhere. When I go into a store, I know what I want. I have my money. I just want to give them the fucking money, take the fucking thing, and walk out the fucking door. Everybody else wants to jack off all over the place and talk about, I don't know, they're fucking lonely. Especially in the headshot store. People go in there and it's like they ask 100 questions about everything. It's like, what are you doing in here then? So what's pot like? It's like, look, my end. I'm just trying to, there actually were no ends in there. I'm like, look, I'm just trying to pay some money, get my fucking thing and leave. So the thing I do in these situations when they're just going on and on and on and on, ladies out the door, oh, my turn, no, she comes back. If you want to clean this, what do you, it's like, fuck. What I'd usually do is I'd put on like the most kind of offensive thing I can. Like I'll put on Lily Gaddis or something where she talks about the destruction of white people, and I'll crank that really loud to annoy everyone around me. And so I'll do something like that. And like sometimes what'll happen, like what just happened in there for a few minutes, is everyone will just start listening to what I'm listening to. Like everybody just, and I'm like, you know, guys, you don't have to listen to my fucking Lily Gaddis talk about the destruction of white people show. You can just fucking do this exchange and get the fuck out of the store so I can buy what I want. You know? Oh my God. It makes me crazy. If you can't tell, because what it is like with me, and that's everything in Hawaii, like everything is like a fucking process. You go to the doctor, you go in the fucking Ross, crossing the street. Everything's a fucking process. Nothing works normally here. It's always like, yeah, I'm always on the verge of a breakdown before I get whatever it is done I'm trying to do. Yeah, they fucking in that headshot, man. I'm just there usually to buy something, give money, and walk out. Or whatever this person is doing, I have no idea. It's a good place to stop, though. The good thing about stopping there is, hey, if you want to drive this way, you can drive that way. You want to drive that way, you want to drive this. You can drive into me from any way you want, and it's going to be my fault. Because I saw you. You were sideways in the street, right? The fucking headshot. The fucking inane questions people will ask. I had a couple of them in there now, so I don't mind waiting. But when I'm waiting, and there's fucking inanity happening around me, I start getting all upset. And then I start cranking my inappropriate YouTube show. Speaking of Lily Gaddis, I guess for her Halloween stream last night, she dressed in blackface. She was just the average black woman. And as a joke, and it was hilarious. I guess people were mad at her about it. I don't know who, because who watches her that would be mad about something like that? But anyway, she did a video today about it. And she talked about how, and she's right, we need agent provocateurs who will push the envelope a lot further and harder than other people will. That's how you move the Overton window. People like Gypsy Crusader, or even Nick Fuentes lately, people like that allow, you know, people like us to banter a bit more without being banned. Although I'm not allowed to, as we've seen in the past, as my many bans will attest to. Although I have to say, they haven't banned me lately. I'm not going to evoke another ban by talking about it, but it's been a while. This past summer was good boy summer, good boy white boy summer, because I was on kind of probation again. And if I got one more ban, I could lose a channel. I've been in that spot most of the time I've been on YouTube. I've been in some kind of spot like that. But I got through the summer. Shit so gosh. I got through the summer and without a problem. I don't think I've dialed it back at any. Maybe I've just been more careful without knowing it. I don't know. But the whole thing about, she's talking about how you have to have agent provocateurs, people like her are allowed to say more extreme things so that other people can move the Overton window forward. It's like, yeah, but that should come with the caveat that they have to be some kind of fed, like she most likely is. Because otherwise, she wouldn't be allowed to say what she's saying. Neither would Gypsy Crusader. Neither would, well, actually, none of these guys are on YouTube. That's a bad example. Gypsy Crusader is not a fed. There's no way he's a fucking fed. I mean, people that are on YouTube. You know, people that are on YouTube that kind of say this stuff or talk about this. There's a lot of people now. And I predicted this whole wave of like edgy, racist humor people. Like months before this all started, like I predicted, you're gonna see this wave of people that are gonna say stuff like I do. But I say things in a joking way. I'm never really hurtful or hateful. I you know, that's in my private life. But but I still say stuff that gets me in trouble, obviously. But if you're connected, you can do what you want and get away with that. So I've drawn a blank on all these new YouTube people that say this type of stuff. Well, Shameless Ferg, he got booted off YouTube. I don't know what's going on with him, because the other day I went to look for him, and he erased his own X, he erased his Twitter, he erased all his stuff on Rumble, he vanished again. So I don't know what's going on with him. Although what I did see is a video that he had privated, where he went through all his tattoos. And he had these Jewish Kabbalah tattoos. He had a Star of David tattoo. He talked about how he was an OTO, which is Crowley's fucking organization there, and whatever that, you know. I know some people from that and whatever. I've never been involved with them. I'm not involved in any school of magic or anything like that. And I'm not a huge Crowley fan myself. I respect what he did. I respect what he was able to do. But he was better for more positing, putting ideas out there. That he very into self-mythologizing. He created a lot of his legend. Whatever, I think he's kind of try-hard. But whatever the case, Spurg said he used to be an OTO. I don't know, do you just fucking leave something like that? Maybe you do. Maybe do. I don't know. But yeah, so that's, I don't know. I was on the fence about him too, because I have some people. I got some. I don't know what I got. What do I got? Love is what I got. Remember that. Love is what I got. I'll say remember that. But yeah, if you're on YouTube and you're wearing blackface, you're connected somehow. There's someone vouching for you in the system. Any of these new people, and there's a whole bunch of them, you might know some of them. I don't want to name names. Whatever. I'm not going to start any shit with anybody. But it's pretty obvious who they are, because you see they have a large subscriber count, and they don't talk about being, you know, getting in trouble ever. And Spurg never got banned either when he was there, until he got taken off completely. I mean, his banning was pretty serious, but before that, he didn't get any bans. You know, I don't know. Who knows? You know, the thing is, here's what I say. Assume everyone's a Fed. Oh, this is what I'm going to talk about. Fuentes and Tucker Carlson having that little Fed off there. Like, I thought you were Fed. No, I thought you were Fed. It's like, dude, you're both fucking Fed. There's no way. Are you fucking kidding me? This is disgusting that we're having this. Like, are you putting it in our faces? Now, maybe if you're new to this shit, if you're newly awakened to the concept of right and left being owned by the same people, and it doesn't really matter because they're the same thing. How you doing? The thing is, maybe you might think that you hear them talking about, I'm a Fed, you're a Fed, you know, wouldn't you like to be a Fed too? They're all Feds, dude. If someone who has a huge audience like that, they're controlled somehow. But and people say, well, why would they let them say this stuff? It's called letting out the pressure. It's a pressure valve. You don't want an organic fucking group to lead the way. So you get what is known as controlled opposition. And sorry for those of you who understand this, but, you know, I like to explain these things sometimes. Alex Jones, controlled opposition. He says all this stuff. No, but Alex Jones is real. They sued him. No, they didn't. They didn't sue him. They pretend sued their pretend guy for a pretend thing that pretend didn't happen, and now he owes them a lot of pretend money. Work more, you know? And OP is a faggot. 4chan is a little gay now too. It's just all fucking shills yelling at each other. It's like it's all IDF starting threads, and anything that is good over there gets like back page like super quick, gets slid. Anytime you see a thread that's like modern women, if you know it's like crap, you know. I don't know. It's getting rainy out here. I just feel like shit, soggy. Everybody's a fucking fed. Fuck the head shop. Fuck Nick Fuentes and fuck Daphne Keane and fucking Tucker Carlson and whoever, and Terry and Danny's Buffalo Chicken. Fuck them too. Thank you guys for dropping by though. Until then, until next time, don't blame the teacher. Blame the school. Oh, I forgot to mention something before I angrily said fuck Danny and Terry's Buffalo Chicken Wings. Is Lily talked about the reason like she feels like we need people right now like her to do this, to say offensive things and do offensive things, is to kind of temper the pot, you know, kind of make the conditions good for a leader. She kept talking about having a new leader who will come in and lead the people or lead our people, white people, like a white leader of some kind. That's not going to happen either, because what she's saying is basically everyone will be like, oh, he's Hitler. He's Hitler. You know, Hitler 2.0. The thing is, Hitler wasn't even Hitler. Hitler was their guy. He was about as independent as Alex Jones. That's a whole nother thing, too. You'll see, like, white nationalists talking about, you know, Hitler and, you know, how he had good ideas. He was their guy. Look at who he was funded by. Look at his actions. Look at what... Yeah, let's go to Russia. You know what I mean? Like, he was a guy that was put there to do the things he did to create the situation they had to then use as a shield for all time, you know, and create a new foundational myth. He was not, you know, just, they modeled him after Charlie Chaplin, okay? Because they couldn't have someone in that role who would normally be in that role. Someone who was advocating for what he was advocating for wouldn't look like that. He would probably be like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fucking child-looking guy. He wouldn't look like Hitler. You know, hey, what's up, man? Guy, yeah, he wouldn't look like that. They intentionally made him look foolish. And in fact, they drew the curtain back when they made the film The Dictator about Hitler, starring Charlie Chaplin. And it's like, yeah, we get it. So he's a complete, like, he's a complete fiction, he's a complete character. What she's talking about is a real deal kind of leader in that sense, and that will never happen. I'll never allow it to happen. But that's not the way either. I've already mentioned what the way is for now, and it's settled science, is that we wait. Sit at home, sit on your hands. Yep, that's right, do nothing. Okay, you go out in the street then and start yelling about something, and then they'll put you in jail, and then your story's over. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. No, I thought I heard someone coming behind me. I'm probably paranoid, you see.